So the Tkufa of Sefira, so we know that we have Avelis because of the Talmidim. Kiva died, 24,000 Talmidim. It was like a Holocaust. All these greatest Talmid Chachamim died. Chazal tell us why did they die? Because they didn't give proper cover to each other. What's that supposed to mean? Never says they abused anybody. Never says they disgraced anybody. Never says they pained anybody. But no, they didn't give cover to each other. Where do we find covet? We find covet as avicha, machileyo, mashkeyo, give him to eat, give him to drink. You bring him in, you bring him out, you stand up. Covet. So what do they do? Rabbi Sorotskin points out that Chazal say twice 24,000 Talmidim died. In another place it says 12,000 zugais of Talmidim died. So what's zugais? Chavrusas. 12,000 pairs of Talmidim died. They were chavrusas. I have my chavrusa. We sit and learn 24/7. They didn't notice the other guy. They didn't see. They were busy. They were involved in their learning in the chavrusa shafts. So what's the pshat? So like cover they should die. They didn't give cover to somebody else. Where does it say that a person doesn't give cover to someone else? Even to Talmid Chacham, didn't give him cover. Didn't notice him. That's enough that they should die in such a short tekufa. And it's in this sphere before Kabbalah Satorah. So I once saw actually, that the Avas Chesed, Chavetz Chaim, was brought down. You look up the Hakdama, it says an amazing thing. It says in Parashas Eikev, there's 3 psukim. Chavetz Chaim is brilliant. He put these psukim together, you find them throughout Parashas Eikev. One says, Shemata mitzvahs Hashem alekecha, aleches bidrachav v'liyur oisai, to fear Him. To go in His ways and fear Hashem. Now, later on in the Parasha it says, my Yisrael Mashem Akecha Shomei Mach Kimalira Laleches B'chol D'Rachav Ula'ava Oisai. Doesn't just say Laleches B'Drachav, adds the word Chol D'Rachav, and then you come to love Hashem. Then it says later La'avas Hashem Akecha Laleches B'chol D'Rachav Uladavka Boy, to cleave to Him. It's an amazing thing. You find the psukim in Eikev, it's in that order too. If you look throughout the parasha. There's Yira, Ava, and Dveikus. So, Ava is sporadic. You get a burst of love. Dveikus is 24/7. You're dovik, you're cleaving to it, you're sticking to it. Right? So now, Zok the Chavetz Chaim, a person's not Zoichet to Madrega. How to get Yira Shemayim? Pasuk says, Aleches Bidrachav. The person wants to attain the level of Yira Shemayim to fear Kadosh Baruch Hu. Torah says the prerequisite is you have to go Hashem's ways. What does Hashem do? He's Chanun, He's Rachum, He's benevolent, He's compassionate, He's Erech HaPayim. That's if you want to get to the Madrega, the higher is the Hasik Madrega Sayira. First you have to have this Mahalach of going Kadosh Baruch Hu's ways. Now, so the Chavetz Chaim person might say, I should be totally thinking about Kadosh Baruch Hu, Yira Shemayim, and learn this Heilige Torah, and I'm not going to look at petty things of life. Notice what's happening to somebody else. I haven't got time for that. I'm with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Well, the pasuk says, Zemar Kasav. If you want to get to the level of Ahava, which is a higher madriga than Yira, pasuk doesn't just say go in Hashem's ways. Here the Torah says, Aleches b'chol drachav. All of His ways. All the gimel midas Hashem has. Now you say, Fesha. Any midah, you have to acclimate, you have to make that part of you. Then, hopefully, you'll be zoiche to get to the love of Hashem. Now, if you're already there, you might say, for sure, I haven't got time to be involved with people. You want to get to the next level of dveikus to Hashem, cleaving to Hashem, 24/7. It says the pasuk Nachal Leches B'chol D'Rachav L'Davkavai. To get to Madrega dveikus, you have to be mechazik and midah toivazu. Says the Chavetz Chaim Alicha B'Drachav. Rachum Goimel Chesed. V'Yischuseh. Yazrei Hashem, because we'll help you. Because we'll do kindness with you. The Zakoisoi, to be Davik Bashem Tmidus, to be clear to Hashem all the time. It's an amazing thing. That's the prerequisite to get to Dveikus Hakadosh Baruch Hu, is going in His ways. Let's share some stories, amazing stories. There's so many more, but these is hopefully will hit home. Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, this Rabbi Kron said over the story. He called his nephew Michal Stern. It was the night of B'dikas Chametz. before B'dikas Chametz, he calls Rabbi Michael, his nephew, and he says, please, you have to come to my house tomorrow after Bir Chametz. Feta, uncle, Rabbi Salman, it's the busiest day of the year, Erev Pesach, I have to come, but what? You have to please come. Well, if Uncle Rabbi Salman asks to come, you come. He comes to the house, Rabbi Salman says, thank you so much for coming. He gives him 10 envelopes. You have to deliver these envelopes today before Yom Tov. Urgent. Okay, Rabbi Salman says, he goes, he was a boss, a tremendous Talmid Chacham. He goes to Aska and the Gomel Chesed, Rabbi Michal. He went around and he took the envelopes, is delivering one after the other. Very curious to know what's in them. But anyway, by the time he gave to the fifth person grabs the envelope, opens it up. Michal can't help but see what's in the envelope. There's still a bit of cash, and there's tickets to the zoo. It's Erev Pesach. Who's going to the zoo? That's so urgent. You have to give out these envelopes. Even though the money, it's Erev Pesach, it's Israel, how many stores are open? Okay. He goes to the next delivery. The guy also opens up right in front of him. Again, he notices in the envelope, cash, tickets to the zoo. Okay. He does his tafkid. He finishes off delivering the 10. Doesn't have time to see his uncle till Chol HaMoed. Goes to Psalm Zalman and Feta. I have to ask you, Lamdein Rabbein, I just want to understand, what was so urgent about giving out these envelopes? Erev Pesach. Erev Pesach. Busy people. Who's going to the zoo? Shlomo Zalman says, look, Tzedek Yom Tov, kids come to shul, and you start talking. One kid talks to the other kids, where are you going for Chol HaMoed? Oh, we're going to the Golan. We're going to Tveria. What's the poor kid going to say? Going to a dining room table? Eat some kveilach. What's the for Chol HaMoed? He's be embarrassed. That poor kid could be sitting there, standing there. And people are like, you're not going. We're going to the zoo. We're going to the zoo. That kid, the poor kid, has what to tell his friends. We're going to the zoo. That's what Shlomo Zalman, Pesach, Gadol, the day before Pesach, with all the shilas, with all the chumras, is concerned about, that the kid in shul, his friends, should be able to tell his friends, where else are you going to the zoo? We have a place where you're going. To covet, to think even about these kids. Mind-boggling. I once heard a story about the Lubavitcher Rebbe makes his Farbrengens every Shabbos Vorchim. And one Shabbos Vorchim, no Farbrengen. People could understand what happened, what was going on. Well, apparently there was a bacha, this bar mitzvah boy, that has bar mitzvah that Shabbos. So if there's a Farbrengen, everyone has to run home, grab a bite, have your suda, and run to the Farbrengen. But this bacha, was bar mitzvah was that week, Nebuch was a bully case where he was Nebuch bullied in school. Here's his opportunity to shine, to revel in his covet, his bar mitzvah. People are going to run in and out, no one's going to be there. But if there's no Farbrengen, they have plenty of time to be there, at the Kiddush, to the Sameach, the Bali Simcha. It's his day, he can shine. Give up all that Farbrengen, the Torah that they would have heard, because this one boy needs to have that time to shine. My Dikamaisa vision, this Rabbi, Heineke, I believe it was the story. I heard the story that a chassid came to, not a Mishnah, someone came to and he was making a chassidus, he asked the Rebbe for a bracha. Oh, we give a bracha for the chassidus, his daughter's chassidus. He said, please do me a favor, after the chassidus, when it finishes, come to my house. He says, Rabbi, after the chassidus finishes, this will be mitzvah dance. It's going to be over 2, 3 in the morning. I don't know when it's over. He says, yeah, please come to my house whenever it's over. He felt very honored if Rabbi wants to come to his house after the chassidus. Sure enough, very late, it was maybe 5 in the morning. He got to the Rebbe's house, knocked at the door, showed off the Rebbe, answered the door. Oh, Mazel Tov, come to me. Please give me the chassidus. Simcha. Tell me who was Masada Kedushin? And the guy said, oh, that's why I didn't ask the Rebbe to Masada Kedushin. No. Tell me who was Masada Kedushin. Who laid the ksuba, who got the brachas, who got the mitzvah tats, which Rosh Hashiva came in. Well, how was the food, the photography, the music? He was drilling him every detail of the chassidus. Finally, he was there for about an hour. The Rebbe thanked him so much for coming. So he advised a simcha, and he walked him out of the house. Thank you so much for coming. The Gabbai was standing there, open-mouthed, shocked. I mean, this is bizarre, but the Rebbe had to wait up 5 o'clock in the morning to find out what we would call yantish details about someone's chasana. What for? What was the geya? What's this whole idea? What's the pshat? It's bizarre. So the Rabbi, what's the pshat in this? The Rabbi said, look, what do people do when you have a chasana simcha? After the chasana, you come home. You come home, throw your shoes off, you sit on the couch, you take a drink, you start reveling in the chasana. Imagine seeing with the dance when he came in. Oh, the Rosh Yeshiva came, the Oilam came, Getanzen. And you start talking and you're reliving the chasana. Every detail, you want to relive it, you want to kaveya, you want to be able to make it that this is lifelong. You want to have it ingrained and you talk about it and you'll relive the simcha. But this man is an alman, doesn't have a wife. Who is he going to share the simcha with? That was a shayla. So it's worth it. 5 o'clock in the morning, let the man come. Let him go over every detail of a chasana. He's going to have that chasana and now relive that simcha. How full of fun. Remember the Meister of Shacht is different girsas, both girsas, wherever they may be. Someone came to him and said, Nebuch, there's an alman also, a person just lost his wife, they're 60 years married. There's a bracha the bench. Rebbe, Rosh Yeshiva, daven for him, give him a bracha, here's his name. So here's his name, give me his address too. The man lived in Bnei Brak. Well, Rav Shach turns up at the fellow's apartment house, knocks on the door, there's no answer. Hello? Push the door open, hello? No answer, he walks in, he sees the man, Nebuch sitting on the couch, depressed, and just staring into space. Shach says, Shalom Aleichem, and Shach, from Ponevezh. He tells the man, Nebuch, I heard that you lost your rabbits and you're all by yourself as Ashra Matziv. I also Nebuch, I lost my rabbits and that must a difficult situation. Every Shabbos I sit, I'm by myself. Listen, maybe, the fact that you're by yourself and I'm by myself, maybe we give each other company for Shabbos. I make a good cholent. Friday I make the cholent. I bring over the cholent. And Shabbos after davening we'll sit in the cholent together. Efshel. Man's eyes start to light up. Every Friday Shach brings the cholent in this man's house. And comes after Shabbos, sits down and eats cholent with the man. Not daven for a person. Fus, Yeshua, didn't just daven. Thought of this idea, how to make this person bring him back to life. The brilliance of it. There's a Mardi Gemaiser, Shlomo Lawrence brings in a sefer. He says, Shach called an urgent meeting. Askanim came, he had to cancel all other meetings. It's a meeting for Klal Yisrael, very, very important. And they're all waiting outside in the hallway to go into his apartment. And then some fellow turns up with his son. See, something's going on over here. But anyway, what's happening? Having an urgent meeting today with Shach. I just came from Haifa, 2 hours. I didn't know anything about it. I just brought my 14-year-old kid to get a bracha. I didn't know. They huddle there. No. Yeah, let him in. For 1 minute to get a bracha, fine. Everybody's happy, right, Shane? Goes in. Is there not a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half hour, an hour and a half. Then he walks out. He's ready to be shechted and didn't know what's going on. He said, I just brought my son in to get a bracha. And Shach says, what's a bracha for what? He said, he's a cheshik in learning. What is cheshik in learning? He says, no. Well, what are you learning? He said, Bab Metzia. He runs to the bookcase, pulls out a Gemara, sits down with the bracha. Let's learn. El Metzia Shalei, what's a pshat? The bracha says. The Shach answers. No. Well, back and forth. Okay, good. Next. Now and a half finished. The boy's crying. Shach said, crying? Why are you crying? It's the first time in my life I understand the Gemara. They walk out. Listen to this. Rav Shach walks out. He says to the Olam on his shoulder, I can't meet today. Please come back tomorrow. Shocked. What's up, Shad? I would have said, yeah, he is Klal Yisrael. Yeah, that Bacha wants to learn. Okay. The point is, how people, they get such care for this. For Moshe Feinstein, I was lucky to see the man. Didn't waste a second when it came time between Gavra and Gavra, like Kriyas HaTorah, he was reading the Mishnayos weiter. He was rolling up his tefillin. He was learning Mishnayos. It came time to another person. He gave him all the time. There's a mice that bring in the book. He was walking to his car to go to the Torah meeting. He see a kid standing on the side of the road with a camera. He wants to take a picture. So Moshe straightens up, poses. The Bacha takes a picture. Moshe gets into the car and tells the driver, no, I have to go back out. The boy fumbled the camera. Didn't get a good picture. I have to go give him the picture. They're going to a meeting. He stood already for the boy to take a picture. He's standing 10 feet away. He's going to notice a fumble. How much can the finger move? That the guy, Ramesh had to notice he fumbled the camera. So, he was, because that bacha needs that camera. He needs that picture. So he's focused what he needs. That's the aside. He was in the chasana, wherever he was leaving the chasana. The crowds were around him, and he got into the elevator, and the elevator's closed. He got downstairs, have to go back up. He said, what happened? As he was in the elevator, he noticed that someone was standing, he was trying to give him Shalom Aleichem. To go back up, that person feels bad. I have to go back up, give the guy Shalom Aleichem. That person needs that. Besides the story is how much time they spent. Rav Shach had a different story with a guy in Koilel. Came to ask him Shaila, which Koilel should go to, Yerushalayim, Bnei Brak. Rav Shach said, come back in the week. Comes back in the week, said, go to Koilel Yerushalayim. So he goes to Koilel Yerushalayim. Rosh Koilel says, what are you, Rav Shach? You must be a grandson. What are you? No. Talmudic. No. You learn the Panovich, right? No. So how do you know Shach? I said, I don't believe you. Shach came down to the Koilel. He grilled the Rosh Koilel how the Koilel works. And he grilled every younger man in the Koilel, how they like it, what the pay is, what the ruach is, what their learning is. Then he went to the other Koilel of Bnei Brak and did the same thing. The young man couldn't believe it. He was, Shach Rashiva, I never meant that you should be. He said, he asked me a Shaila. Which Koilel? I can't answer you unless I know the Koilel. He spent all that time. The story with the Bacha, the Nebuch, he needed help, psychiatric help. So Shach calls up a psychiatrist in Yerushalayim. The night of B'dikas Chametz, please see this Bacha. I said, it's Rosh Shiva, it's the night of B'dikas Chametz. He says, yeah, I want to bring him to you. Rosh Shiva's going to bring him to me? No, I'll see him if Rosh Shiva does not bring him to me. So anyway, he sees this Bacha for 2 hours. Next morning, the neighbor asked him, so who was your VIP guest last night? He says, what do you mean? I don't know if Shach is walking here for 2 hours last night, waiting for him. He couldn't believe his ears. He calls up Rosh Shiva. I said, I'm only taking him to Rosh Shiva doesn't bring him. He said, did I bring him in? I didn't bring him in. I brought someone had to bring him to Yerushalayim. Everybody else is doing B'dikas Chametz. I have a small apartment, take me 2 minutes, B'dikas Chametz. Kahena. So what does these stories show? Any of these Gedolim were less because they were involved with people? No, because, like the Chofetz Chaim says, that these madregas of Chanu and Rachum that a person does brings him to Yira Avat Vegas. What does a person do when he learns Torah? You become one. You become one with Hashem. What do? You emulate Hashem. You want to learn His Torah, become with Him, and then you are what Hashem is. That's what the person wants to be as a Talmid Chacham. Abramsky, I believe it was, saw a 5-year-old girl on the street crying. Stops and says to her, why are you crying? She said, my friends made fun of my dress. He asked her what her name is. Anyway, he said, you go tell your mother that Rav Abramsky said that you have the prettiest dress in Baipigat. She smiled. She danced herself home, and her Chatzkel was smiling. I just emulated HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Moch Hashem Dimma Me'al Kaponim. Hashem erases the tears from all faces. I just took the tears off this girl's face. Yid, first of Talmid Chacham, it's before Shavuos. The Sefiras to bring out the Chas v'Shalom Kivas Talmidim. L'noga covers everything. You have to notice when it's the Geya. A smile, a good morning, cheer up a person, a covetic thing. If they, whatever level of status they were on, they were missing that, whatever it is, they had to not be punished. Like the Baron says, the transmitters of Torah to the next story had to be removed. To be that link and the next connection in Avodas Hashem of a Klal Yisrael's Messiah is, that's the Akdama for Torah, that we have to go along and be Davik to Kadosh Baruch Hu. With this Gevaldik Dveikus in Torah, that it brings that person to be the emulating of Kadosh Baruch Hu, that should be Akdama for Shavuos Kavos Torah.